is look at the cards in your hand. They all have an action, and those are things that can be pretty good. They allow you to, in some cases, modify fire attacks under certain conditions. As the defender, you've got a couple of good actions available that are defender only, like hidden mines and hidden Ponzi traps and stuff. So you might want to just look them over and see what they are, so that if a situation arises, you can use them.
Yes, and the Japanese is notoriously heavily stacked with those evil little punji traps.
Yeah.
So I am down to 3 cards because I played a fire card as opportunity fire.
Correct.
All right, I want to request some assets. Can I do that?
Yes, you can. You'll have to rely on me to tell you the truth about the radio table if you don't have a copy of it, but I will do that. So if you're going to request an asset, you play the order. Yep. And now you make a die roll, and I'm going to look on the table for you and tell you what comes up.
Do the Japanese have much artillery?
No. The Japanese are less likely to get artillery than the Americans. The Commonwealth are less likely than the Americans, but more likely than the Japanese. So you rolled a 5.
Nice.
Yes, you get artillery. So you have 2 choices. You could select artillery denied for 0 victory points, or you can select a radio for a 75 millimeter battery, and if you select that, it costs you 1 victory point, but I think everybody will agree you should definitely select it.
Heck yeah.
So I'm going to, up in the parts window, I'll go grab that because I know where it is. All right, hang on. All right, you got artillery.
Okay.
Done.
So how do I use that? Do I need to do a fire order or what?
It's an asset request card. So you, hang on just a second. My dog's really being a pain in the ass tonight. So the way to use artillery is to use another asset request order, and you pick a target hex that is within sight of one of your leaders, and that becomes your target hex. And then we'll go, at the time that we do it, we'll go through the procedure. You roll for accuracy, and then there's some drift, either a lot or a little, and then you resolve the artillery attack.
Okay, I kind of remember that. Can you get rid of that marker?
I can play an asset request, and I could choose the action communication denied, I think is what it's called. And that would flip your radio to the radio broken side. And then you could play it as, or that communication disrupted is what I could choose if I get an asset denied card. I could play it for communication disrupted. And if I did that, then you could then play an asset request to fix your radio. But if I happen to have 2 asset denied cards in my hand, I could eliminate your radio from the game.
Okay, under asset. I'm sorry. Under asset requests, there was all kinds of things I could do, A through G. But
yes, that's correct. You can establish communication, which you have just done. You can restore communication, which will fix your radio if I break it. You can fire for effect, which is calling in artillery. Bombing run and strafing run apply to planes, which neither of us have at this time. You can repair a broken weapon if you have a broken weapon. And if it was nighttime, you could call in illumination, but it's not illumination. It's not nighttime.
Got it. Okay.
So there's an asset request and an asset denied card, and they basically disrupt the other person's attempt to get support.
By the way, John, that asset request card you just played activated your sergeant.
So he's can't do anything else?
Correct.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
Hell yeah, raining death. Hell yeah.
Yeah, artillery's fun as hell when it hits.
But it sucks when
No
it
one
hits
try
you.
to. Yeah, that's right.
So,
We'll try
now
to
you're
fire
gonna-
this
well, first
sniper
click
guy
next
here.
order. Okay, that's good. But first, click the next order button. Yeah, you should totally be firing that guy every chance you get.
So I lost my fire card when I hit next order.
Just hit the undo button.
Hit the undo button twice, so it puts the card back into your hand. Then hit next order. Then bring the fire out.
Well, which fire card do you mean?
Okay.
There you go. Okay, good. So you're going to activate Sogeki Hei, right? So you shoot him as if he was artillery. So you pick a hex to shoot at, and then we'll figure out the range. The farther away, the less likely it is to be accurate.
Do I just tell you the hex or?
Yeah, you pick a hex as a target.
Now,
I'm right about that,
Sogeki
right,
Hei-
fellas?
Yeah, but unlike ordnance, he doesn't affect the whole hex. He picks who in the hex he wants to hit.
Okay. Okay.
But
You could aim for my leader directly up on top of the hill if you want.
Yeah, I was going to have to go after Thornton there.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, Thornton. No wonder he was panicked. I don't even know his name. Okay, so Thornton is 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away from you. I think the palm is a level 2 hindrance. Is that right?
hill to hill. Oh no, that's right. I'm sorry. He's firing uphill, so it's a -1.
Palm is one hindrance.
So
The palm is one hindrance, but Lieutenant Thornton is up on a hill and you're under a hill. You're below it, so it's a -1 regardless.
for the range determination?
Well, I'm sorry. -1 means he adds 1 because of the hindrance.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, remember, that's right. This is ordnance. It's not
right.
a regular fire.
Yeah. So the way you're going to do this, John, you're going to make an accuracy roll. You have to start with the number of hexes that you are away, and then if there's a hindrance, you add the hindrance. So you're 4 hexes away, and the hindrance is 1, so that makes a total of 5. You're going to make a die roll, and instead of adding the two numbers together, you're going to multiply them. If the multiplication ends up being higher than 5, then your shot was accurate. If it's lower than 5, then you miss.
Actually, 5 or less misses.
Yes, that's correct. If it's less than or equal to. Right. So you just do an axis die roll, and I pray. All right. So 2 times 4 is 8, so that hits. So what does he do?
He rolls again and then he multiplies the dice.
Okay, so now you roll for the damage. All right. So that was lucky for me. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to resolve this event unless you decide to play the initiative card to force a reroll. Which I think you should do. You can ask the rest of the crew.
Okay, so
So in your hand of cards is that initiative card. What you're allowed to do with that is immediately after any die roll, you can pass the card in, or you can pass the card over to me to force a reroll. Charles is saying he doesn't think you should do it. So, well, that's true. Those guys are right. The events are good. You could end up with like an airplane or something. So maybe you should take it. That's a low hit number for you. That was why I was thinking you should re-roll it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take it and see if I can do some damage to Thornton.
So you're gonna pass the initiative card and re-roll.
Yes.
Okay, then. Oh, you did. Perfect. Okay, so now you roll again, and so when an event comes, holy crud! When an event comes up, the event isn't checked if you use the initiative card. Otherwise, the event is checked first. So that's a 24. That's a pretty good shot. I mean, that's what we call a headshot. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the initiative card back to you. And you can roll again.
And this can keep going, right?
Yeah, you just shot me with a freaking rocket-propelled grenade or something. All right, so that's a 3 times 3 is 9. That's a pretty solid roll. You're going to keep that, I assume? So it's 3 times 3 is 9, plus your firepower of 3 makes a total of 12. Well, so I don't know. I don't know. You decide if you want to keep it or not.
So you have a 9, leadership? All you need is like a 3 to tie it?
That's right. That's correct.
What the heck? I'll try again.
All right. Pass it back. And make your roll. God, my lord!
That's hilarious.
Yeah, go ahead and roll again there. This can literally go on until the deck runs out and beyond. Like, we could literally do this back and forth every time if we wanted to. All right. So that's
Crap!
Just so you know, I will take a result that breaks me. I'm just not going to take a result that kills me if I can help it.
All right, I'll keep it. Thanks, Arnold.
I think Arnold was wrong. I think you should have passed it. But anyway, so that's an 8 plus 3 is 11. So I basically can't fail. I pass. All right then. Well, that was fun. I've never had that happen before.
Pretty funny. All right, my next card I don't really want to use. Can I just discard it?
No, you can't discard because you've played orders, but you can just hold it in your hand.
Okay, I'll hold it so that I'm done. So then do I draw 3?
Hit next order, then hit the eraser, then draw back up to your defender.
Yep.
Okay.
All right then. So it's